Hi, it's Rachel and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to walk you through the last 15 days of me composting. It has been a very enlightening journey for me. I did not think that I would enjoy it as much as I did. I think the smell initially put me off, but I have certainly grown from that. I don't think that I realized how important it is and how easy it is. And there's another thing that's also a little bit embarrassing, but we'll get to that in a second. If you like what you see and you're interested in creating a more sustainable, ethical, self-sufficient household, then hit subscribe and join me on my journey into creating a zero waste life for me and my family. Let's start off with what was the biggest thing that I have learned. This is embarrassing. I learned that all this great stuff here turns into this. I know, it's actually a little bit embarrassing. I got what it was, but I don't think I did get. I still find it mind-blowing that all this food waste and scraps and materials turns into like this fluffy, warm, golden fertilizer. It blows my mind. It really, really does. And I know this sounds probably a little bit silly and potentially a little bit stupid and, dare I say it, a little bit blonde, but right? I know it's kind of embarrassing, but I'm sure, I have no doubt there is someone else out there who feels exactly the same as me. Anyway, let's get to it. What did I learn? There were 5 main things that I learned. Number 1, that different fruit and veg and scraps decompose differently. I didn't realize that my citrus and my avo skins weren't going to decompose as fast as everything else. So I learned that there's a difference between the matter that we put in the compost in terms of time it takes to break down. Number 2, there are so many things that you can compost that I just had no idea about. So a couple of things that really blew my mind was hair, cotton, cardboard boxes. I kind of thought you could, but I didn't really know you could. So yeah, hair, cotton, and cardboard boxes, just to name a few things, they just blew my mind. Hair, I'm still not even coping with that. Hair. Number 3, poo is compostable. You guys know I love talking about poo, but the fact that you can compost it is pretty exciting. Whilst we have chosen not to compost our child's poo or our own poo for that matter, you can find it fascinating. Number 4, it's bloody easy, and quite frankly, I can't believe it took us this long to do it. It's easy. There's really no excuse to not do some small part of composting in your home every single day. Every little bit counts and every little bit helps, but yeah, it's super easy. Anyone can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Number 5, Bokashi composting is the bomb. I mean, you've probably seen my videos on Bokashi, but it is really easy, and I cannot believe that I did not do this before. Everything in this, wow, mind blown. So in these 15 days, I really have loved learning more about the Bokashi composting system. It is the bomb. You need to get on this now. Not only does it give you daily nutrients in the form of this Bokashi tea that you can just pour onto your garden straight away, it just decomposts a lot faster and helps your composting efforts. It also doesn't have that big heavy smell that I was expecting from compost. So for me, it's just a real win situation. It makes it faster, it doesn't smell as bad, and it gives you daily treats every day. Bokashi is the bomb. It takes time. In my mind, I thought that this could just decompose and be beautiful fertilizer within 30-35 days. I was wrong. We are now at day 15, and I can tell you right now that our tumbling composter does not look anywhere near where I thought it would be. And I'm doing all the right things that I'm supposed to, but it's just not there yet. The notion that I thought I would get to it within 30 to 40 days is a little bit crazy. I've set my expectations a little bit longer, and we're hoping for 65. Okay, maybe not. Probably by the end of the year. I'd love to have some fertilizer by Christmas. Today is November 15, hence 15 days in, and I'm really hoping to have some fertilizer by the end of the year. I totally think that's realistic. Now, whilst it may take time, it is a lazy man's game, if you want it to be. You can just put everything into the box or your tumbling compost or into whatever kind of composting pile you want, and you can leave it and do nothing. And if you leave it and do nothing, it will eventually turn into fertilizer. It's just gonna take almost a year. You know what? It just helps me to realize there's no excuse to not compost, because it's easy and totally a lazy man and a fast man's game. So what are my next steps on this composting journey? Obviously, I'm gonna keep going, right? This isn't gonna stop. If anything, I'm gonna up my efforts in the coming months. My father-in-law is coming over Christmas time, so I'm sure he's gonna give me even more valuable tips and probably help me to start a new one or create something more for me. So I'm very excited about that. I'm gonna start adding more brand to my Bokashi. In my Bokashi video, I did say I do it every 2 to 3 days, but really I should be putting that brand in every day. It does make a difference in terms of the smell and the rate in which it decomposts. I'm gonna get more brown and variety into my composter. And like I said, I'm just gonna keep going. It's been such an amazing 15 days of learning for me. It's really opened my eyes into how easy and doable composting is, and I hope you've enjoyed watching my journey into composting. Like I said, it's only been 15 days in. That's nothing in the grand scheme of things. I hope to give you an update every month as to how my beautiful compost is going, and also to make me accountable for keep going, because like I said, it's a lazy man's game, so I could easily get lazy with it. And at the moment, I'm still like waking up, getting excited, turning my composter. I know, it's hilarious. I feel it's an amazing workout. I can't help myself. It's like a bit of cheeky extra exercise. I can't get enough. It'll make me accountable and just make me keep going. But that's what I've learned in 15 days, apart from that very first one that was, you know, probably a little bit embarrassing. But if you love what you see, my blonde guide into composting, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe and join me on the rest of my journey this year.